make sure that you are always in control of 51% of your business, okay? We don't want no hostile takeover, y'all. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle Yancy, and this is the Miss Yancy Network, where your network is what? Your net worth. Hi guys, this is a channel for all business builders, all entrepreneurs, all girl bosses that is trying to make an impact in their life by building generational wealth. If that is you, you're in the right places. All right, guys, let's get into this video. All right, guys, we're continuing on our types of business series. Today, we're talking about corporation. All of the pros and cons about a corporation, and you deciding whether or not, a corporation is the proper type of business for you to register as, or the type of business for you to start. And if you're here right now, that means you're about to start your business and you're trying to figure out which type of business that you should register your business at. And if that is you, welcome and congratulations, y'all. Congratulations. Or if you're just trying to figure out, the type of business you want to start and you're not there yet, that is totally cool too, sis. You're in the right place. With that being said, if you're not subscribed, I need you to click that subscribe button right now. I'm gonna wait. Did you subscribe yet? All right, sis, let's continue. Make sure you also like this video for people who also, want to figure out whether or not they're starting the right type of business. All right, guys, let's get into it. So what is a corporation?
According to Google, a corporation is a company or a group of people authorized to act as a single entity, legally a person, and recognized as such in law.
A corporation can enter contracts, own property, they can sue, and be sued. A corporation is owned by shareholders. So, unlike a sole proprietorship where it's owned by one person, and a partnership where, there are multiple partners, a corporation is an entity that is owned by shareholders. There are two types of corporation, a public corporation and a private corporation. In a public corporation, shares are divided. In a public corporation, shares are widely held and available for sale. A corporation will have shares in the New York Stock Exchange for sale. So for example, Amazon is a public corporation. You could literally go on the New York Stock Exchange and actually buy shares in their business. And now you're a shareholder, you'll own a percentage of that business. So if you buy a share within the business, you own a percentage of that business, even though it will be a small percentage, whatever that percentage may be based on the amount of shares that you buy. You're an owner of that corporation. So if you want to own a piece of Amazon, this is your time, sis. Even though that price probably be like $2,000 or something, whatever, but guess what, if you can afford it, do it, sis. And now a private corporation, shares are held by a few amount of people and it is not for sale, unlike a public corporation where they have shares on the stock market and it's for sale. In the private corporations, the shares are not for sale, but the shares are held, they're widely held by the amount of people that is within this corporation. Shares are equally divided amongst the owners of the corporation, and the shares are equally divided by each person that is within the corporation, and they're each owner of this business. Like a partnership, it is not easy to sell your share of the business. In a private corporation, let's say if there are 4 people in this corporation and each of them have 25% of the corporation, it is not easy for that person that no longer wants to be a part of this corporation to sell their share. Every partner that is within this corporation has to have a say in who you sell your share to if you no longer wants to be a part of the corporation anymore, and they have a say in who they invite into their business. It is very hard to sell your share in a private corporation. Each party within this corporation have to agree to the person that you are trying to sell your share to. So it is a collaborative decision. You cannot get up and say like, I no longer want to be here, because when you do leave, each party have a say into whoever you want to sell your share to. It is a decision that is made together. So let's talk about some of the pros and cons of having a corporation. One of the pros of having a corporation is that it can last forever. So for example, if Jeff Bezos decide that he no longer wants to be a part of Amazon anymore and he sells his share, Amazon is always going to be there because somebody else can buy his share of the corporation, and it will still be ran as Amazon. Another pro of a corporation is that it have limited liability. So for example, if the business was to fail and there were investments, or you have invested into this company and you have a share and a company was to fail, the owner personal assets cannot be seized. All of the responsibilities are on the corporation. So, the corporation is a legal entity within itself. So if anything was to happen, if the business was to fail and, you got, and the business owe money or anything like that, the corporation is going to be held responsible. So if the banks, if this corporation owed the bank money or whatever the case may be, the bank seizes the corporation's assets and not the individual asset, whatever that could be, whatever assets that a corporation may have, things such as, like the chairs, or the printers, or whatever it is, whatever assets that the corporation has, that is the assets that are going to be held responsible or liable for, paying back some of these debts that the business may have. But, the individual assets are safe and cannot be touched. Another pro is that in a corporation, it is easy to raise money. If an individual that owns this corporation decides to put their business on the stock market and they still own, and this individual may still own like 51% of the corporation and decide to put 49% of their business on the stock market, the business raises money that way from the people that will buy the shares, the other 49% of the shares from that business. And that is how a corporation raises money. A corporation can go public by selling shares to raise money, for their business. That is one of the biggest way a corporation raises money in their business. So if you have a share in any business right now, you are investing into that corporation, and that is how they're raising money for their business to continue making money. All right, guys, let's talk about the cons of a corporation. One of the cons of a corporation is the startup costs. The registering cost of a corporation may be very expensive because there are many certificates that you may need within this corporation. And you can always go to your state's Department of Assessment and Taxation to find out what certificates that you may need for starting a corporation. Starting a corporation can also be very costly because, there are so many things that you will need for this business to be a legal entity. Depending on the business complexity, lawyers will need to be involved in actually registering this business. There are so many forms and legal documents that are involved in creating a corporation. Another con of a corporation is double taxation. Because a corporation is a separate entity from the owners, it has to be taxed by the government. The corporation has to pay income tax. So there are people that are getting paid from this corporation. The corporation actually have to pay an income tax on the amount of money that they're actually paying those individuals. So if you as an owner, if you're paying yourself a certain amount of money from the profits that you've made from your business, not only will that amount of money be taxed on as an income on your business taxes, they're also going to tax it on your own personal taxes, because you have to report the amount of money that you have paid yourself from your business. So you actually have to report that income on your personal taxes, and it is going to be taxed again. That's pretty much what double taxation is. You're going to be taxed at a corporate level within your business, and then you're also going to be taxed at the individual level as the owner. A lot of these large corporations are getting taxed, twice from the corporate level and individual level. That's why a lot of the times these corporations always talk about, getting tax breaks. It is because of double taxation. Your favorite president is always giving these large corporations tax breaks because your favorite president also had or has large businesses that have to pay taxes, or who knows if he paid taxes. That's another story, guys. We're not gonna go there. But that is one of the reasons why he focuses so heavily on large corporations, on giving them, tax breaks and things like that. He has the experience of double taxation, and he knows, how it feels. That is one of the reasons why your favorite president focuses on that. You know who your favorite president is. Don't make me tell you. He ain't my president. He ain't my president. Another con of a corporation is regulation. There are a lot of regulations for having a corporation. There are different rules that dictates how your business is ran. There's a lot of policy and procedures for how you run your business, where you run your business, who you hire, all of those things. Corporations are responsible for that. So, there are a lot of regulations on how you run your business. If you have a corporation, most likely it is a large business. You are going to be responsible for the hiring of employees. With that being said, there are a lot of, rules and regulations that goes goes into how to treat an employee, make sure you're paying your employees right. It can become, very worrisome or tiresome based on the regulations. If you're not following the regulations, your business can get shut down. So, just making sure you're staying on top of those things. And now you have to probably hire a lawyer or, for your business to make sure that you're following all of the rules and regulations that it takes for running a corporation. Another con for having a corporation is stakeholder revolt. If the shareholders of the business are not happy about how you're running the business, they can start a revolt. They can just pretty much make running the business very difficult because they all have a say in this business. They're all shareholders. Most likely, if you are a shareholder that have a small percentage, your say may not be that ideal because you could always decide to sell your shares. But, being a shareholder in a business, and if there's a large group of people that do not like how you're running your business, they can literally stage a revolt and just make life a little difficult for you and how you're running your business. Another con for running a corporation is a hostile takeover. Let's say you want more money into the corporation. There are more things that you want to do. So you decide that you want to sell more shares, more of your share of the business. Let's say somebody bought 45% of your 51%. So pretty much you're left with 6%. So now one person in your business have 45% of the share of the business. So you're no longer the owner of this business. You let go of a huge share in your business, and with one person having 45% share, and let's say you're the CEO of your company, if that person do not like how you're running their business, they can literally vote you out of the business because they have a larger share. So you no longer have control of this business because you've sold 94% of your ownership. If you guys are deciding to start a corporation or you're starting a business where you deem that is going to be extremely large, make sure that you always hold 51% of the shares in your business. Make sure you do not have less than 51% if you want to always remain in control of your business. Now, if you do not care later on in life, you decide I've made my millions and I don't care, about the day-to-day of this business anymore, let somebody else take control of that, then you can go ahead and sell more than that. But if you are somebody that you want to continue this legacy and you want to pass it down to your family, kids, or whatever, make sure that you are always in control of 51% of your business, okay? We don't want no hostile takeover, y'all. You work too hard for this, okay? So make sure you're making the right decisions. Most likely, if you're starting a corporation, that means this is going to be a large business. I'm very happy for you. Congratulations. Make that money. All right, so if you've decided that a corporation is definitely not where you're at, you're definitely on a smaller scale of business, check out the other videos wherever it's at. Check out the other videos that talks about the other types of businesses, and then hopefully one of those categories is where your business fits and you're able to make that decision. Check out the other videos and just learn more about the different types of business. Now, remember guys, I am not a tax professional, so everything that I talked about taxes on here, please check with your tax people just to make sure that whatever business that you're doing, the information that I give was accurate, or just to make sure that you get the type of information that you need for your specific type of business. I'm not a professional tax person, so hit up your accountant and hopefully they can give you more information about the taxes if that's something that you want to learn more about. It's very important when you're starting your business to understand how your taxes are going to be held, and just being understanding that you're in the right position when it's time to file your taxes. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and you subscribe, and do not forget to hit that notification bell, because when I upload more videos, you'll be one of the first ones to get it. And let's build our generational wealth, okay? All right, guys, it's been real. I really enjoyed this conversation. Don't forget to comment below if you have any further information that you would like to share with the community. If you have any questions or any videos you would like me to cover, definitely leave that in the comments. I love reading you guys' comments. Thank you guys so much. All right, guys, it's been real. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.
You be the one on my radar. Only thing else in my paper. Mommy, it be only you I go cry for. You be the one I go die for. Ever since you come my way, you put my mind every night.